The story begins with a simple statistic that has slowly become louder. A player who once lit up games now carries a silence into the final third. Dani Olmo arrived at Barcelona with the kind of expectation that carved headlines: elegance on the ball, incisive runs, and knack for the decisive pass, qualities that made fans believe another creative engine had joined the Blaugrana. Yet this season the numbers tell a cooler tale. In league action so far he has produced 1 goal and 2 assists across his appearances, a tidy but underwhelming ledger for a player entrusted with unlocking stubborn defences. Numbers do not tell everything, but they highlight the mismatch between what was expected and what has been delivered, and that gap is what transforms quiet concern into a story demanding attention. Reports from inside the club's orbit suggest Olmo knows this better than anyone. Sources close to training say he has not been blind to the drop in his influence and that he intends to use the international break as a pressure valve, to work, to sharpen, and to return with a clarity of purpose. The dressing room, by most accounts, still values his intelligence and skill. Coaches continue to select him because the tools are there, even if the output has lagged. But goodwill only covers so many missed opportunities. Barcelona need end product, the kind of concrete contributions that swing results and silence doubters. That internal tension, trust versus tangible returns, is the engine of this story, and it gives every upcoming match extra weight. Tactically, the picture is layered. Olmo's greatest strengths have been his movement between the lines and his ability to combine in tight spaces, but this season he has found fewer minutes in those zones and fewer chances to explode into the box. Opponents have adjusted, Flick's system has shuffled personnel and priorities, and when teammates like Fermin have been sidelined, the balance of responsibilities shifts, demanding different kinds of influence from Olmo. Analysts watching his heat maps and touches see a player still thinking the game cleverly, but arriving at the moments where the match is decided with less frequency. That is not a moral failing so much as a professional jam, and a jam can be untangled if the player and coach align their approach. The human story is as compelling as the tactical one. Imagine a player who dazzled last season now waking before dawn to reclaim his narrative, training until the technical moves feel less laboured and more instinctive again. The international break, normally a pause between obligations, becomes Olmo's audition room. It is a chance not only to polish fitness, but to rebuild confidence. For a club like Barcelona, where form is a currency and patience is finite, these weeks matter. If Olmo returns and rediscovers his timing, his runs, his eye for the final pass, he will not only restore his reputation, he will give Flick a crucial creative outlet during a congested run of fixtures. If he does not, the conversation accelerates from concern to re-evaluation, and in elite football that is when tough choices are made. What fans should watch when the action resumes is simple. Frequency and quality of touches in advanced positions, willingness to take shots when lanes open, and the chemistry in quick combinations that lead to chances. Those micro indicators are how a player translates training ground promise into matchday impact. The wider truth is that football loves redemption narratives, and Olmo's story, framed as a final warning or as a pivot point, fits that appetite perfectly. The coming fortnight will not only reveal an answer on a stat sheet, it will reveal whether Dani Olmo can convert accountability into artistry, and whether Barcelona can convert a worried murmur into renewed belief.